There's this famous saying that we're more alike than we are different. And scientifically, that's totally true. Humans share about 99.9% of our DNA, with our genetic differences only accounting for that tiny 0.1%. But when you look from person to person, we all look completely different. And that's just for our surface level characteristics. One of the most noticeable differences between individuals is our skin color, something that's both important culturally and scientifically. I do like that saying that we're all alike, and that should be celebrated, but it's also so incredibly important that we have this genetic diversity. And the history and science behind the reason why I get burnt and others don't is so fascinating. Before we dive into why we have this variation, it's important to learn how our skin colors have so much diversity. Our skin color is determined by over 150 genes within our body, and these genes control how different pigment proteins are produced by cells. The primary pigment that determines skin color is melanin, which is produced by a type of cell called melanocytes. Your skin color varies based on the concentration of brown-black eumelanin and yellow-red pheomelanin within your cells, which are synthesized in different ratios depending on your genes. So why does your body even produce melanin? Well, to keep your cells alive. Melanin is incredibly important due to its role in UV wave absorption, preventing these highly energetic waves from mutating your DNA and causing cancer. The melanin produced by your skin cells forms a supernuclear cap over your cell's nucleus, which houses your DNA, serving as a protective barrier by absorbing ultraviolet energy. Okay, so if melanin is so beneficial, why don't we all have high concentrations of it? The answer to this question lies with evolution. Around 1 million years ago, our early ancestors began to evolve from chimpanzees to have darker skin. You see, if you shave a chimp, which I wouldn't recommend, you'll find that its skin is actually quite light. But as we began to evolve to lose hair, our skin became darker because we had less natural protection against UV light. However, as we began to migrate out of Africa, this UV absorbing adaptation wasn't as important. Northern regions farther from the equator received less UV waves. In fact, this evolutionary feat became a genetic disadvantage. This is because a specific type of UV light, UVB, is absolutely critical in our body for vitamin D synthesis, a vitamin needed for bone growth and immune system support. As members of our species migrated north, they weren't receiving enough UV light to synthesize the proper amount of vitamin D. In fact, having less amounts of melanin was actually beneficial, since more UVB light could be absorbed by the body to produce vitamins. This evolutionary push and pull between UV absorption and protection results in the diaspora of skin colors that we see throughout the world, a scientific feat that should be celebrated.